Hi there, and welcome. I am bringing you today to a very special place, a holy place, a place that is a place that means a lot to me. I'm walking now up through the ancient stone circle field of Hun here in Norway, and I'm very privileged because I live quite close to this wonderful special place. Today I want to talk about the resurgence and revival of paganism in Europe. More and more people are returning to the ancient belief systems of their countries, of their cultures, and I think it's awesome. Now, if you didn't know, I have been very closely connected on a very deep level to what most people call Norse paganism, actually since I was a child. I believe that what happened around 1,000 years ago with the introduction of Christianity in my part of the world, Christianity was, well, if you read some history, you will know that Christianity was forced upon people by violence and threats of death and torture, and people had no choice. Christianity was used as a political tool, and it was about centralization of power under a king. It was about globalization, and it was about taking power away from the local democracies. And heathenry, if you will, heathenry was not gone. It was just kept hidden. And you know what? We were always here. We were always here. Yeah, let's walk back down the hill. Now there's a lot that could be said about paganism or polytheism, I think the English word is, when you have a pantheon of several gods. And I think the most important thing there is to understand the symbolism and how symbolism is used and how it represents nature and life and death. It is a very, very intelligent and insightful system of symbolism. And in Europe there are several groups of paganism. You have, of course, Germanic, you have Celtic, you have Slavic, and you have Hellenistic. And I guess within those groups you will have different opinions and different subgroups, I guess. I don't think that's very important, and I'm not a big fan of the more dogmatic approach towards towards anything actually. And it is my impression that this is very popular among young people. Now I'm a middle-aged man now, so it fills me with hope. It fills me with hope and joy. I remember when I was a kid, you know, lots of people, they were kind of comparing Åsatru with Satanism and all sorts of strange stuff, you know, out of ignorance. And yeah, so yeah, you know, I always walk around the stone circles here. And I'll show you. Actually, I am there's one here that is my favorite. I'm walking around it now, and yeah. I can't explain why, but this one is kind of special to me. Why do you think that they built these stone circles? There are several here. Why, when they had one, why did they build more? It's a bit of a mystery actually. Now there are many guesses, but nobody really knows why. In Iceland they have a temple dedicated to the Norse gods, and I'll read something for you, which I find is very telling. Let's see if I can find it then. Yes, High Priest Hilmar Ørn Hilmarsson. High Priest is not a good, well, he's not a priest, is he? You know, but that's what they call him here in this article. But anyway, he says that I don't believe anyone believes in a one-eyed man who is riding about on a horse with 8 feet. We see the stories as poetic metaphors and a manifestation of the forces of nature and human psychology. I couldn't have said it better myself. There's a lot that we can't explain when it comes to nature and life in general. And I think that having this connection with something, well, with something spiritual is important. And it's something that can be felt out in nature, especially when I'm out camping on my own. I feel a very strong connection. That's a connection with nature. With nature. It's not, as some people like to write in the comments, it's not a connection with now what is it that they write? They always write oh, you're worshipping the creation and not the creator. How ignorant, how rude. Yeah, I get annoyed when I see that. Yeah, nature. Now, walking up again. You know what, I'll turn the camera around. It's beautiful, don't you think? Now this connection with nature is something that all so-called pagan religions have in common. And it is at the center of everything. Behind me is some information just behind me there about some of the Bronze Age artifacts that were found here. Not only do we have these stone circles, but we also have some grave mounds, and this area is very rich when it comes to Bronze Age finds, and it stretches from here towards Sweden and towards my house there, and further. And it's I'm so privileged to live in this area. I'm so privileged, and this heritage is something that we must protect, and everyone should feel immense pride because of this. This is it's so I'm struggling to find the words to describe how wonderful this is, how rich, and how lucky we are to be part of this. That, you know, I often feel like that when I come here. I feel like I lack the words to describe what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing, and yeah, it's just wonderful. It's so wonderful. And you might have seen me wearing a Mjolnir Thor's Torshammer, as I'm doing today, and it's to signalize that it's who I am. You know, it's who we are. It's our culture. It's our heritage. It's our belief system, and we should take pride in that. And I think everyone should. And it's the same if you are living in, if you're a Native American. You know, it's just the same. It's your culture, it's your tradition, and I think we, as human beings, we become better in every way if we can take pride in who we are. And I think we would have much less conflict in the world, in fact, if we took pride in who we are and our culture. And I don't want to get political and all that, but some people are saying that no, you shouldn't, it's European, so it's bad, and all that. No, I don't think any less of other cultures just because I'm proud of who I am. It's the opposite. It's the opposite. I feel secure in myself because I have strong roots.